Hi, I'm Kathy, and welcome to Yoga Relax. Yoga Relax is for the yoga lover who seeks a soothing workout which focuses on gaining flexibility, rejuvenating the body, and calming the mind. Expect to hold the yoga poses a little longer to enhance these benefits. Enjoy the relaxing music as it will encourage you to melt away stress and relieve the tightness in the hamstrings, hips, shoulders, and overall body. So let's get our mats and get yoga relaxed. Welcome to Yoga Relax, where we'll be focusing on flexibility, lengthening, and relaxation. We're going to start down in child's pose. We're going to come down with our knees toward our chest and our arms elongated and forward. Another option, if you prefer, is to put your big toes together with your knees toward the outside of the mat. Hands forward with your belly dropping between your thighs. Pick whatever position you're comfortable with, and we're going to just ease down, starting in this position so that we eliminate all external distraction, tuning into our bodies, keeping our minds focused on our practice and what we're looking to accomplish today. Settling into our bodies, there should be no stress, no tension, complete elongation and relaxation. Let's focus on our breathing, taking deep breath, inhaling, feeling the chest rise, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the nose as well. Your breathing should simulate that of the ocean waves. You want to have a deeper sound on your exhalation. Imagine fogging a mirror. With your mouth open, when you fog a mirror, you would use deep throat muscles. You're going to use that same breath, but with your mouth closed, and have a deeper sound. So let's try it. You're going to inhale and exhale. Focusing on deep breaths like that, feeling the chest rise and fall with every inhalation and exhalation. As you exhale, breathe out all the tension in the body. Tune into your muscles, the peace within your body. Deep breath in and exhale. Okay, let's come up onto the hands and knees. We're going to go into our cat-cow. Rolling up the spine, tilting the pelvic area under, letting the head hang down long, exhaling as we bring our body together, and then dropping the belly, lifting the chest, tipping the chin, inhaling, nurturing our muscles with air. Let's do that again. Exhale, roll up, and inhale, lengthen. Exhale and roll up, and inhale and lengthen. Now let's come back to a neutral position here on the hands and knees, and we're going to go into a dog wag. So you're going to take your hip and you're going to gently bring it to the side as you look over your shoulder and feel the torso come together on one side and elongate on the other, and then gently take that to the other side and look over. So it's basically a very slow motion of a version of a dog wagging its tail. Look over. And to the other side. Come back to neutral. As we drop down, we're going to come down to our forearms here, sitting down on the heels, and we're going to thread our other arm through and stretch the shoulder. The right arm extends forward, The left arm is threaded through. And we're feeling that stretching through the shoulder, right across the joint. Now we're going to release the long hand, and we're going to take it around to the side and aim it toward the ceiling. Reach up to the sky, rotate the arm up, never forcing any movement that doesn't feel natural. You can always leave your arm down on the floor if this is causing too much tension or rapid breathing. Bring the arm down, come up on hands and knees. Let's release that. Exhaling into cat and inhaling into cow. And we're going to sit down, come down to the forearms again. You're going to thread your right arm under the left arm. Palm is to the sky of the right arm. The left arm is long and stretched, reaching up over the top of the head, and palms pressed into the floor. Feeling that elongation of the right shoulder all the way from the outer edge of the shoulder joint across to the forearm. Now we're going to release the left arm, sweep it around, and reach it up toward the sky, rotating only as far as you comfortably can. Keeping the head down in neutral, there should be no tension and no stress in the body. If you're finding the pose uncomfortable, return to the previous position and relax. Return back to a hands and knees position, and we're going to go back into our cat, exhaling as we draw the back up, round the shoulders, and inhale as we drop the belly, lift the chest, and tip the chin. Okay, we're going to come up, and we're going to just sit back on our heels and feel our thighs stretch. Arms down at our sides. To extend that stretch through the feet and thighs, you're going to come up on the toes, and only if this is comfortable, you're going to sit back down so that your buttocks rests on your heels, and you're going to feel that stretch through the bottoms of the feet and up through the calves. Placing your hands on your hips, inhale, and sink the weight of your hips down into the floor, feeling that extended stretch through the feet, ankles, and calves. We're going to come forward and press into down dog, and we're going to paddle the feet, just pressing and getting movement right through the calves and the feet, warming it up and holding still with the pose. Remember, this pose is active, so part your feet just a little bit, lifting the buttocks to the sky, lowering the heels to the earth, palms down into the ground, and your heart presses down. Even though it looks like we're very static, you must remain active, true to your practice, avoiding all distractions, and stretch. Now you're going to step forward, walking your feet in. We're going to come into forward fold, relax the head, gently shake it side to side. Come to a halfway lift. Chest is long, hips are stretched, hamstrings are lengthened. Drop down into a forward fold again and come up one vertebra at a time, slowly rolling up, extending the arms long and over the head, and come down again. Hands to prayer, right to heart center. Continue going down and into your forward fold. You're going to take your hands back, clasp your hands, draw your shoulder blades back into chest expansion. Lowering your head toward your knees, top of the head facing the feet, eyes looking toward the thighs. Chest is long and strong. Shoulder blades are back and drawn. Release the hands, come forward. Halfway lift. Drop into your forward fold. Cradle your elbows and swing side to side. Come to the center, drop the hands, and again roll up very slowly. Releasing the hands, bringing them up. Bringing the palms together now, keep them overhead. You're going to close and clasp your hands, keeping the pointers drawn to the sky, arms up by the ears, feet are tight. And we're going to lean over to the side, grounding our feet into the earth. Lifting up high, stretching our torsos. Hips are pressing to the side. So the arms are lengthening and reaching in one direction, and the hips are powering down and stretching in the opposing position. Bringing it up. Go to the other side. Arms are up and over. Feeling the hip press out to the side. The arms are long. Bringing it up to the center. Arms come down. Shake them out. And circle back. Go the other way. Circle forward. Now we're going to bring our arms up. Clasp the hands. Lower them down to heart center. Release the hands. Bring them in a fist behind the back. Open the shoulder blades and tilt up. Hips are extended forward, body is bending backwards. Heart is open to the sky. Elbows come close together, really opening the chest. If you want to get a little more stretch, release your hands and open them out to the sides. And if you want even a greater stretch, take your arms up, lean back, and really extend through the hips. Arms long and strong, reaching up, shifting your weight, stretching, lengthening, and pressing through the lower half and lengthening through the upper half. The breathing gets rapid. Come out of the pose and relax. Come to the top. Hands down to heart center. Swan dive to the bottom. Forward fold and let the back relax. We're going to step back with our right foot into a forward lunge. And we're going to just stay here, feeling the stretch through the thigh. If this extended back leg stretch is too much, release the back knee and unlock the toe. And that should modify it to make it more comfortable for you. Now, if you wish to, you can put a little bit of heat into your body by bringing the arms up and coming up into a balance pose here, holding this stretch. If that puts too much tension in the thighs or brings too much heat in the body and you want to really truly just relax, then stay down with the hands on the floor. Lower the hands. Now you're going to take your hands to the inside of the foot. You're going to walk your foot to the edge of the mat. And we're going to go into our dragon. In this position, we're going to bend the back leg, unlock the toe, and we're going to lower our elbows down, our forearms to the floor. If you need a block and you have one, you can rest your arms on the block. If not, stay high or bend your arms just as far as they'll go. And if you can, let's take our forearms down to the floor. If your forearms have made it to the floor and you're looking for an extended stretch, engage your toes into the floor and lift the knee off of the floor. Remember to be mindful of your breathing. Feeling the chest rise and fall, in through the nose and out through the nose. Lower the knee if it's not there already. Press your body up. You're now going to walk your foot back into the center, and we're going to lean back into a hamstring stretch, coming all the way back, adjusting our arms to hold our weight. Flex the foot up. Feel that stretch. Come forward, swing your leg around into down dog. Heels are down, keeping this pose active. Every time we revisit a pose, you'll find new length, new meaning, and a deeper stretch. Connecting your mind to the movement, releasing tension through movement, through focus, through grace and power. Now you're going to step through with the right foot, come into your forward lunge, holding the stretch right here. If this is too advanced of a stretch, please bend your back knee and unlock your toe. If you're okay with the other stretch, return to it. Now, if you'd like a greater challenge here, and you want to put more heat into the body, and more balance into the challenge, and more strength into the pose, take the hands up, and the arms high. Keep breathing. If your breathing gets rapid or shallow, return with your hands to the floor. Lowering the hands down, bending the back knee, taking your hands to the inside of your foot, releasing the back toes to the floor. You're going to walk your right foot to the edge of your mat. And in this position, lower down with your forearms to the mat if possible. Once again, using your block if you have one, or just bending your arms to accommodate the amount of flexibility your body is giving you today. If you are down on your forearms, hold the position there, and if you want to make this stretch more advanced, engage your toes into the earth and stretch and lengthen the back leg. Feeling the chest rise and fall. Finding peace within the stretch as we work through grace and flexibility. No competition. Honoring and respecting your body and doing just what your body can today. Releasing the back knee and the toe. Come up, walk your foot back to the center of the mat. And we're going to start shifting our body back into a hamstring stretch. Arms are back, holding the body weight. Toe is up, accentuating the stretch through the calf as well. Forward. This time we're going to just go into our cat and cow again. You're going to round up, exhale, release, and inhale. Exhale, bring it together, hip tucks under. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the chest, tip the chin. We're going to go into down dog. There are no creases in your wrists, so your body weight should be shifted back. So that eliminates the creasing in the arms, right at the wrist. Feeling the heels press into the earth, feeling the buttocks pull directly up to the sky, feeling the arms press down. Here we're going to step forward and we're going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Okay, we're going to go into some balancing poses now. I'm going to take you into tree pose. There's 3 options for tree. One is keeping your ankle and heel connected. The other is to bring your foot right up along the side of the calf, but not on the knee. And the final option is to take your heel all the way up into your groin area and release it there. Find a position that your body's going to allow you to do comfortably today and stay there. Hands are on the hips, body's tall and long. Lifting the chest, keeping that airway open, chest proud. Let's take our arms up. Interlace the fingers and press up to the sky. And releasing that. And just shake that out, getting rid of all the tension in the body. Honor your body. Love it for what it gave you today. Balance is different each and every other day. Okay, we're going to try that on the other side. You're going to start with your foot resting on your ankle, or you can draw it up just below the knee, or once again, up into the high position just under the groin. Find the position that you feel comfortable in, and we're going to work from there. Keeping the body long and tall. Standing tall and proud. Now bring your hands up. Rotate and press to the sky. Feeling that length. Reach up high. Stay grounded. Bottom half from the torso down, from the core down, is pressing into the earth. The arms are reaching to the sky. And let's come out of that. Again, shake that out a little bit. We have another balance challenge for you today. This is your dancer's pose. So to get into the position, you're going to take your right arm forward and you're going to turn your thumb out as if you're hitchhiking. You're going to reach under for the inside of your foot so that your thumb is crossing over the bottom edge of your foot. You're going to take your arm out in front and you're going to just stay right here in balance. Now, if you're feeling like you want more of a balance challenge, you can kick back, pressing your foot into your hand as you reach forward and lengthen the body. And come out of that. Shake it out. Balance challenges are a lot of work, but they really help you to focus on yourself and on your strength and on your determination. Taking your left arm out, palm is rotated so your thumb is out. Now take your foot up, reaching for the inside. Your thumb crosses along the bottom of your foot, or you can tuck it under. Send your arm forward. You can stay here if you find this to be enough of a challenge, or you can start leaning forward, reaching with the arm, kicking back with the foot. And bring it down. Shake that out. Okay, we're going to step open into a straddle position here. Hands are up. We're going to bend down. We're going to come into a goddess pose here. You're going to press your thumb and your pointer together, and you're going to spread your other 3 fingers open. Holding our yoga pose here, opening the chest, sinking down, grounding our hips into the earth, feeling the stretch through the hips, through the groin. Finding a nice, strong goddess pose. Think about bringing your knees toward the back, opening up that hip, and come out of the stretch. You're going to roll your body down. Now take the back of your hands in through your legs, bend your knees, and find that stretch. So your hands are back toward your heels. And now straighten that up. Rotate your hand. Fingertips are facing forward of the right arm. Your left arm shoots up to the sky as you rotate your spine toward the ceiling. Way up. Reach, reach, reach. Right through the ceiling, up into the sky. Keeping that breathing. Nice, strong, and steady. Feeling the stretch. One arm is pressing down into the earth. The other arm is stretching, elongating, opening that flexibility. Come down to the center gently. Just hold here. And straighten out the left arm now as you rotate around. Lengthen the right arm up to the sky. Looking up with grace right up to the arm. Feeling that rotation in the spinal area, feeling the groin, feeling the hip stretch, pressing down with the left arm into the earth, reaching to the sky with the right arm. And bring it down. We're going to go into our straddle stretch here. We're going to open the feet wide. If this is enough for you, you're going to stay right here. If you're able to, you're going to lower your elbows down so that your forearms are resting on the mat. And if this is enough of a challenge, stay here. If you would like an even greater challenge, you're going to lower your forehead down to the mat, and you're going to open your hands, reaching the outside of the ankles. Feeling the strengthening of the hips. Feel it open, stretch and lengthen. Your stabilizers are working to hold you balanced. Feeling the weight distribute to the outer edge of the feet as well. And gently come out of that, push up. And we're going to scoot our legs in, and we're going to sit into a butterfly. Bringing your heels toward your groin, taking your fingers around your big toe, and letting your knees press down into the earth and open up through the groin, all along while keeping your back tall, your shoulders lifted, and no tension in the neck and shoulders. So we don't want to collapse and hunch. We want to sit tall and drawn. Now, if holding on to the toe prevents you from your seated tall position, you can place your hands right at your ankles to help assist and draw your body taller. Let's take some nice deep breaths. Now we're going to open up for a runner stretch. Let's extend our right leg long, pulling the left leg in tighter. You're going to reach up and lengthen the torso before we roll forward. Once your torso is lengthened, try to keep a long reach, keeping separation from the ribs to the navel area as you fold forward into this stretch. When you've reached the end, you can either place your hands down or you can take them around the bottom of your foot and hold on to the stretch. Let your head relax. Keep it in good neutral alignment with the spine. Feeling that back, the outer lat area, right down into the hip socket, lengthening. As you inhale and your back expands, you'll enhance the stretch and enhance your flexibility. Let's come up out of the stretch, taking the right leg across to the other side. So cross it over your left leg. You're going to take your left arm across your shoulder, draw your body upward, and then rotate looking over your shoulder. So remember, we always want to create length before we rotate. And now come to the center. We're going to take the crossed leg and we're going to extend it back. And we're going to rotate our hips and square them into the mat. We're going to try to deepen the stretch by taking the knee and the foot and making it more of a straight horizontal line while our kneecap is rolled under and our hands are poised up to support the rotation. So think of your right hip squaring off straight into the mat. Now, if your left cheek is lifted and it's very uncomfortable and lifted very high, you'll put a block under there or a towel or a blanket to support the hip. Okay, now you can also enhance this stretch by taking it down to the elbows if that challenge is one you want today. Keep your neck in good neutral alignment. And if you want to take the stretch even further out, you can just come all the way down and forward with the arms. Keeping your breath strong. Let's get a couple more. Chest is rising and falling. Good. Okay, coming up out of the position, we're going to swing around and return to our butterfly. Walking our hips and our sits bones in toward our feet. Taking your fingers right around your big toe, your two fingers here. Or keeping your hands right at your ankles and using your elbows to encourage an inner thigh stretch. Remember, we want to keep length through our spine and always encourage good posture. Your neck is relaxed. Your rib cage is lifted. So we want to avoid a collapsed chest wall. Sit nice and tall. Now we're going to extend our left leg out to the side. We're going to lift our body up and long. We're going to rotate, keeping that length through the rib cage, separating the rib cage from the navel. We're going to come up and over, keeping that length as far as we can. Right down. And when you've reached the end, you can place your hands on the floor or wrap them around your foot. Keeping your neck in good neutral alignment. Avoid dropping it down and looking through your body, and avoid propping the chin too high. You want to keep good extension through the body. Taking your good breaths in and out. And now we're going to sit tall, and we're going to take our straight leg, and we're going to cross it over to the right leg. Lifting up again before we rotate, and we're going to look over our left side. Feeling the spine rotate. Feeling all the little nerve endings in through the body and the spine. Waking up. Energizing and nourishing all the muscles and the organs. And now we're going to look back to the center. We're going to take the crossed leg, swing it around to the back, and we're going to go into our pigeon on our mat. Center your body on your mat, and remember, if you can, take your shin and your knee, line it up straight as opposed to bringing it in bent. But if being in bent is a way to start, then you can go there. We're going to come off of that hip. The back hip is going to come up, kneecap is under, and we're going to square our hip to the floor. Now again, if you're feeling that this position is actually uncomfortable for you or your kneecap is digging into the floor, you're going to place a block, towel, or mat, depending on the distance here, underneath the hip to support the weight. If you'd like to enhance your challenge and your body says yes today, go down to your forearms. And if you'd like to encourage an even deeper stretch and your body is in favor of this today, you're going to lengthen and really elongate the arms straight out. If your breathing becomes shallow or stressed or strained, back off of the pose and return to the previous position. You always want to be mindful in your practice to never push the body beyond a range of comfort that it wants to go. Shaking or shallow breathing is a sign that you're pushing your body too hard. Let's come up out of the stretch, swing our legs around. And we're going to bring our knees together and we're going to C-curve our bodies down to the mat. Let's bring our knees into our chest and let our backs round into the mat. They've worked so hard for us. Back muscles are feeling good. Lower the feet down now. We're going to lift up into a bridge pose. So you're going to place your feet firmly into the earth and you're going to lift your hips up, reversing the blood flow. Strengthening the back, stretching the thighs along the front. Now you can either keep your body in this position, and if this is getting to be too challenging for you, you can always sit down and take a break and return to the position when you're ready. If you'd like a greater challenge, you're going to interlace your fingers underneath your back, draw your shoulder blades right down into the earth, lift up high, open your chest to the sky. And release and lower down. Bring the knees back into the chest, circling it gently, massaging the spine. We're going to open our hip, taking the hands right across the balls of the feet, open your legs, and encourage a deeper hip opening stretch by placing a little bit of your pressure through your hands down into your feet and feeling the hip open up. Feeling your hip open up. And now, just like a happy baby, we're going to gently roll side to side and feel the massaging of the spine, nourishing all the joints, tendons, and muscles in the body, encouraging excellent nutrients and muscle massage through the body. Increasing that oxygen flow, feeding the body, all that good stuff. Okay, bring your knees back into your chest. Arms are down to the floor. Lower your feet to the floor now, and we're going to just tilt the knees to the side. And I want you to take your right hand, you're tilting your knees toward the right side, and you're going to take your right hand, place it on the outside of the left thigh, and encourage a stretch through the spine. You're going to lengthen that top leg, and again, gently press with the hand on top and encourage a lengthening action. If your left shoulder is popping up off of the ground, you've over-rotated your hip and your spine, and you need to back up out of the pose. So we're feeling our shoulder open up. Shoulder joint is long. The hip joint is long. And we're working the resistance in both directions, lengthening our body as long as we can. And now you're going to look toward the right side and increase that stretch through the shoulder joint of the left shoulder. Open up the arm, lie the hand flat on the ground. Bend the knees gently, bring it back into the center. Again, a gentle circling of the legs. Lower your feet to the mat. Arms are out. We're going to tilt down to the left side now. Never forcing anything, going down only as far as you comfortably can. Taking your left hand off the ground, placing it right along the outer hip, right on the outer thigh area, below the hip line, and encouraging that stretching of the spinal rotation. Now take your top leg, lengthen it, and continue to stretch. So you're feeling the hip lengthen in one direction, and the upper body, top shoulder there, extending long and opposing the stretching action in the other direction. Now you're going to look over to the left side and encourage the stretch on the right side through the shoulder, and you're going to place both palms flat on the ground. If the shoulder joint pops up on either side, you've over-rotated and you need to back off of the pose. Come back to the center. Hug your knees one final time. And we're going to lower the legs into final resting pose. You're going to lengthen your feet, and you're going to let your feet fall open to the sides. Arms are down, palms face the sky with your fingers curled slightly in toward a fist position. This is a natural motion that occurs with our fingers and should not be forced. In this resting pose, we're going to take nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, feeling our chest rise and fall. Honoring our body, praising our body, encouraging our body for the job well done. Our mind is very relaxed. Our spirit is happy. and it feels good to be healthy. Feeling all the weight of the body just limp into the floor. Staying tuned in, mindful of our practice, bringing continuous flow of happy, positive thoughts into our bodies, and keeping them throughout the day. Let's encourage good flow to the heart by rolling over onto our right sides into a fetal position. Shoulder stacked on top of shoulder, hip on top of hip, and knee over knee. Keeping our eyes closed, we're going to just continue with our strong, deep breaths. And very gently, we're going to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, and we're going to encourage our bodies to sit up, using your hand to support. Coming in, letting our body stretch one final time. We're going to bring our hands up, bring them into heart center, and let's salute the light in one another. Namaste. Thank you for joining us in our Yoga Relax practice today. Hope to see you again soon.